What's up? This is your boy Super, and I'm playing the Dark Pictures Anthology. Little hope. I have little hope that I'm gonna find any
Let
entertainment
go
in
of
this
her right
game.
now.
Ha 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 ha. Oh shit!
I am frozen to my
I
marrow.
have done nothing.
We've seen
Amy
this
is to
before.
cast
The
her
last
spells.
checkpoint,
She is the one
or
in league
last
with the
video,
devil.
we've seen this.
I saw her in the forest together with her familiars.
We've seen
I am
quite a bit.
innocent.
Quite a bit. We've seen the end of
Own
this
up to
whole
truth,
little
Womoyora.
hallucination and onward even. Oh Lord, what are all our bearings say? Mary claimed to be innocent to the priest and directed blame at Amy. See, before it always started in chronological order. The bottom was first, and go up one, it happened next. But now it's not in that same order, because this second one happened first. Oh no, wait, the third one happened first. Yeah, the girl stood in front of the road, caused the bus to crash. Then a girl appeared to be watching Taylor and others. Then Daniel and Taylor saw going into the playground, but it could also be due to the fact that with their time warping and hallucinations, is that this one took the place of the other first ones. These two hallucinations came before the actual beginning of the game, which is this one. A homegrown hero. Daniel demanded that the priest let go of Mary. Oh, Mary. Tool for survival. Andrew found a gun in an old shack. Yeah, I remember that. But did that happen after or before Angela told John that Andrew found a gun? Before. Andrew showed Angela the gun, but decided to keep it despite her concerns. These two are out of order. First, he found the gun, then he showed Angela, then Angela told John. In the middle here, if I can get it. Yeah. Not, I don't know what the deal
You
is.
come
You
with me.
can't learn anything with these fucking
Thank you
games.
kindly.
Be silent, child.
And there's no
Can someone tell me
methodology
what just
to
happened?
anything, there's
Those
no
two kids
purpose
have to
to
be linked somehow.
anything, there's no
No way that's a
consequences to
coincidence.
anything.
I
But
I
if you
don't get
were
it.
in the mood for a good scary movie,
Let's not hang around
sure,
here. It's time to go.
perfect.
Right with you.
It's hardly a game. Hardly a game at all. What was the sprint button? L1? It's walk quicker. It's not really sprint. I like the high frame rate and resolution. The resolution's not really that high. Nothing compared to Demon Souls or Red Dead Redemption or Grand Theft Auto. And considering it's so much smaller and less complex, it should be a higher resolution than GTA. And everything else, for that matter. I did watch bits and pieces of a streamer play this, so I do remember that. I know what's going on with that premonition. Everything else so far, I haven't had any recollection of, but that I do. Wasn't a secret, a bearing, a picture. Of course, that's what it was. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I don't know how we're supposed to play it to for the best possible outcomes, or even if there's the best possible outcome, but I did see it.
I'm glad you're here.
You're glad I'm here? Doesn't seem like that to me.
So don't see it. It's just a high frame rate. It's not even a high frame rate. It might be even less than 60. I just noticed what the movement as we're walking through, how everything's so smooth and
Could mean someone's around.
Maybe they can help.
Let's head over.
resolution. I mean, the
Let me
environment.
help you.
It's probably the same resolution as the characters, but the characters do not look like 4K. They do not look like anything close to 4K or anything close to being acceptable for such a short game. But it isn't next gen, so it is PS4s. Like Red Dead Redemption and GTA are both huge,
I
massive
don't think this takes
games,
us into
10
the
times
shitty
the
town.
size and 10 times the complexity of
There's
this.
no road.
And look, 10 times is better.
Must lead
So,
somewhere though.
fucking,
I'm
unless
not so
you're a
sure.
small
That's barely
company,
even
whatever
half.
bullshit they're feeding you is obvious. But No Man's Sky was a small
Place must have
company,
been a
and look what
grocery
they
store or something.
accomplished. So, the guy who did it, what's that one? Switch games, Binding of Isaac. The guy who did that was like one or two people, and they did a
That campaign
perfect
didn't work out
game.
too well.
I don't know, and this is fucking. They're coming off a massive success of the first couple of games, and they've got a big distributor or something that now working with them, and they want to put out something so low quality.
Now what?
Give me a leg up.
Bet you they
I'm going
charge
for
a
the
high
stairwell.
price too. I ain't paying for it. I ain't even look because I knew it was nothing but
You really have
shortcuts and
to.
just taking a big step backward for the whole world of gaming. You know what I mean?
Seriously? You're going in there?
I don't have a problem with small studios and indie games when they work hard and show it.
No way am I going up there.
Unless you got a better idea, you're
Fucking failed. We couldn't win that
Because
one.
you're
Like
too enthusiastic
that's
for this
why I
game
chose
so
to say
well.
nothing. One was resentful, one was something else. Both reassuring. You got to give
stay
me a
here.
positive and a
I'll check
negative.
it
You
out from
can't give me
inside.
two negatives
Be
and
right back.
nothing.
Promise.
Come on. Like I don't watch much TV and I don't
Hey,
like
I need
I
your
watch
phone.
YouTube
What
every
for?
day, but
To
so
call my
I
mom.
get in the mood for a
It's dark
very
in there. I need a
immersive,
light.
You want to leave me out here
long,
alone
dramatic
without a
story every
phone?
once in a while, and that's why I go to these games really reassuring
I'll be
again.
back as soon as I can.
I guess they kind of are
Fine. Take it. But break
good
it and
in
I'll be
that regard,
seriously pissed.
but
Throw it to me.
from a video game standpoint, I'm not. I wouldn't recommend it from a video game standpoint. It's
I'm
quite.
in.
Is it safe?
Think so.
If something would happen, I wouldn't have to keep bad mouthing the game. Let's get into fucking action now. Come on. Notice the closure. Effective June 28, 1975. Wish to inform you that on Saturday, June 28th, the store will close. Sadly, due to the decline of business since the closure of the factory, we are unable to continue trading. However, Whitman Mart wishes to thank all its customers for their support over the years. Yours, Jay Smith, and A. Lash, General Managers. Booyah, shawty. Boom, shawty. Shake a tail with a boom, shawty. It does need a little bit more TNA in the game. Tits and ass, baby. Who the fuck is
Hello?
that? Oh, we were
Anyone
looking
there?
down. I thought it was someone. We were looking it up at someone's legs. What a dumbass! You don't go down in holes in the middle of nowhere. You don't know if you're gonna even get out of there. Why would he just go and leave his friend up at the top? He could die down there, get trapped. Anything could happen to him. That's not wise. What the fuck? Damn it. Damn it. Missed the button prop. Was too eager and anxious to complete.
Hello?
Hella.
Who's there?
Who's that? An animal, stupid. I don't know what you would expect.
Hey! Can't get through. This window is all boarded up.
Oh, no shit, you can't get through. I had to jump down a
You
fucking
gave me a
broken
shock.
staircase.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spook you. How is it in there?
My guess, what I just thought is that the
I got company.
conversation and dialogue
Of the
options are
rodent
just like
variety.
a mini game, you know. If you try
Relax.
to end up with
They
all
look well
positive
fed.
things said, all green arrows going up, and all
Sure thing.
relationships maxed out, but you get no reward. There's no benefit to it. It doesn't change the ending. And then there's the some choices that do change the ending and affect who dies, who lives, and
Hold
whatnot.
on. I'll be right there.
And that's why they incorporate objects and premonitions and bearings. Those are the big choices disguised, hidden, and camouflaged with the small choices for the mini game. Every choice is not super consequential to the story, and every choice is not super consequential to relationships. Some choices don't mean anything. But I don't like it at all. You could have just had choices where every choice was consequential to the story, or you could have had choices that are only a mini game and none of them are consequential to the story. I would have preferred one of those two ways instead of disguising it and trying to trick me. If you begin with malicious intent, you can never be anything but malicious. You know what I mean? It's like people, like I've seen it in a lot of video games where you think like if we trick the player
Will you relax? I'm
and
coming.
then give them a prize, it's good. No, if it starts out you tricking the player, don't do it. Come on. Like I could just see like a girl playing this game, and she's like, "Oh, what do I do with that? What choice and that?" And then they
Angela.
totally piss the girl off because
Help.
none of the choices, like she thinks she's making a choice for the story, so she makes it. She fails the story, but she also fails the character relationships, and because she didn't know, you didn't tell her because you wanted to trick a player.
Who is coming for you?
Stupid.
They're talking about me. There are accusations.
Accusations of what sort?
They talk that I'm in league with the devil, that I'm guilty of witchcraft.
I was just
There's
watching
no
like the
sense in
most
that.
dramatic,
Such a thing.
intense, extreme,
I
eventful,
cannot rightly say.
action-packed fucking movie on Prime. So coming to this, I'm bored. I'm bored. I don't know why I'm so bored, but I'm bored.
Stay where you are.
Fine. Just tell me what's happening.
So we're only 5 minutes
did I
in,
get
for
here?
fuck's sake.
And where the fuck is here?
Hold your tongue.
They got
You are
some
privy to the rumors
action-packed
about my wife, eh?
movies on Amazon Prime.
What? I don't know you.
Like, I'm talking like Fast and Furious, all the Fast and Furious in one fucking
Something ails
episode.
you.
So
What?
fucking action-packed.
You seem changed, even your
It's
attire.
insane.
Joseph, this ends badly because you're not
Like there was no dialogue. All I heard was sound effects for
What
like
plan
the
do we
first
have?
45 minutes of the
I'll
movie,
resolve this. My word on it.
and then
Do not admit them.
I shut it off because I was
Cover.
trying to find. I wanted something to play in the background, and it was just
I have
sound
here a
effects.
legally written
'Cause
warrant
it was
for the
so
arrest of
action
Ed.
packed.
My wife has done nothing wrong.
There is a witness to your wife speaking in tongues.
Who accuses my wife?
I probably want to. I probably should have watched the
word of a
movie and went
child
back to it
condemns
later.
my
It'd be
wife.
better, funner than this.
You will deliver yourself into the marshal's hands for your own good.
Then I must accompany her. She will not leave my sight.
Such action will not aid your wife's cause. Trust in
Like
justice.
I've just noticed something when I was
I'll
looking
find
at
a
the
way to resolve
opening
this.
title screen. Is that I thought it was like Cyanide Studios and Supermassive Games for the first one, or Until Dawn. Like they had bigger company helping them out in the first couple of games, and now they got a small company in charge or something like that.
Where the hell have you been?
I forgot. Yeah, people
Look,
know
Priest,
this ain't
what's up? You saw something else, right?
this ain't legitimate. Like the fact that it's an anthology, it's long, it's organized, it's immersive, and
This was different.
it's movie cinematic.
I think they could
People
see and hear
want
me.
to like it. They want to be partnered
It's
with
hard
it,
to tell
but
exactly. They seemed really
it's
spooked.
not.
You see
It's not
anything
something
else?
you want to associate yourself with.
Priest. The one from the playground. I don't know. It didn't make much sense.
Probably
You're
for the
kidding me.
reasons I've been bitching
No.
about. I
He
mean,
was real scared. Like,
I
he
bet
believed
you
the
I'm
devil was
mistaken
in Little
though.
Hope.
Holy shit. What in the hell are we mixed up in here? Ugh. We've really screwed up here. Instead of getting out of this awful place, we're right back in the middle of town.
Now it's getting good. This is some good shit here. Oh my god, they faded to black on the best part of the fucking game. Oh my fucking god. Bandai Namco, that's not a small company, but I don't think that was the company with Until Dawn.
What do you think?
And why would you switch companies after you had such a big hit? Optimistic, baby.
Let's take a look around. See what we can find. There you go.
Like, if they were with a
We'll
small
be on our way
company,
from Little Hope
then they put
while the
out
others
Until
are
Dawn, it
still
was a big
MIA.
hit, and then they switched companies. What? That doesn't... The first one, Until Dawn, was published by Sony,
This place is a real dump even for this shithole town.
developed by Supermassive Games, and this one was
Something
published
up.
by Bandai
Yeah, there's
Namco,
something kind of
developed by
familiar about this
Supermassive
place.
Games.
You got
That's
a big
something's
time
not
criminal
right about
past we don't know
that.
about?
Like,
Serial jaywalker?
but
These
that
small
could
town police
be
stations all look the same.
that could be Sony likes long games, because Until Dawn was a feature film, and the anthology's a miniseries. So that could be it, I
There's gotta be a
suppose.
phone in here someplace.
You're deluded if you think there's anything here. Place
Because
is
Sony
dead,
doesn't have any
just like the
problem
rest of Little Hope.
publishing shitty games, as long as they have something about them. You know, if it's a good story, but it's got bad mechanics, but the story's so good, Sony will publish that shit. I wonder if the Quarry. Let me check if Sony published the Quarry, because then we will for sure know if Sony likes long games or short games, and that was the issue. There's multiple games called the Quarry. The Quarry was published by 2K. What is going on with these people? Why do they keep switching publishers? There's some investigation needs to be done here. There's got to be some reasons for that. That seems interesting. I mean, even if it's relatively non-gossip, even if it's not like juicy guy, even if it's not,
Real nice.
I mean, even if it's normal reasons, like this company went bankrupt, well, that company went bankrupt or something, even if it's normal reason, it's interesting to me why a game company with such clearly defined and planned out series and games has to keep switching publisher. Secret hippie artifacts. A box labeled hippie junk inside a large crescent moon marked with the initials TC. The book Modern Magic and Ritual identifies this moon symbol as being a symbol of feminine magic. The book is also initial TC. So TC's got arrested and got things confiscated. And TC is always also a witch. The book titled Modern Magic and Ritual with the initials TC on the cover describes how the sun is a symbol of masculine and age magic and the moon is a symbol of feminine magic. Images of these symbols are circled. The moon chime found in the police station matches the image in the book. The initials TC also appear on the moon chime. Discarded signs from a protest against the closure of the Ravenden factory. Yeah, I gave up on our fucking relationships and traits. I sure did. Like if you take Until Dawn, the Quarry was the exact same thing as Until Dawn, made by the exact same people. Like, I guess that would mean that they lost money on Until Dawn, so Sony said, you'll have to get someone else to publish the Quarry. That makes sense. But the first episode of the anthology was published by a different person than the second publisher of the anthology. So that both of those guys knew they weren't going to make much money because it's, not only is it that the first one flopped, it's a shorter, smaller game that's about to make less money.
Whoa.
Why?
Hey, take it easy.
Can you stop reacting to every setback like a child? Look here. The cable is missing.
I don't know.
There's got to be a cable here
I
someplace.
guess I'm just so far removed from anything business and from that aspect of it that it interests me, I guess. Oh, can you blame me with a name like Supermassive Games? How could they be struggling to find publishers? You know? Because this game sure as shit ain't Supermassive. It's a fucking 5-hour game. And it's not a good game, not a good 5-hour game. Anyway. We looked at the plaque, we looked at those 2 rooms, we need a telephone cord. Hard to imagine one lying around a police station, but this is how we progress the game. After we find the cord, I suppose.
Don't
Left.
give up. I feel we're about to find something.
Camera angles. It's terrible.
Keep looking.
We got the picture on the wall. Walkie. Is that a walkie? I think it's a walkie.
I thought this was our way out.
It's a ham radio. Anyway. Alright, no, the ham radio's not the way out. Such a weird ass fucking name, ham radio. Wipe it off. Wipe me down. Oh, shite. The phone's ringing. How the fuck is that happening?
What do you think? Answer it.
Fuck yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah.
Careful. Don't stress it, Professor. What can you hear? A woman. She sounds real upset.
You have to calm whoever it is down. You'll get nothing if they're
I
hysterical.
remember thinking about this when I was watching the streamer play. Is that like they're going back and forth between modern times and like colonial days before electricity.
Can
Who
you
the
tell
fuck?
me what you're upset
There
about?
wasn't telephones in the hallucinations. This is supposed to be the hallucinations calling the modern day. They didn't have no fucking telephones in the colonial days in the witch trials. That was the fucking 1600s, bruh.
Okay, it's all good.
So
I'm gonna
why
help
is
you
it
out
she
here
would
if I
call
can,
through the
but
phone? That doesn't make no
I
sense.
need to know your name.
The witch is being accused of witchcraft and hung. That's who called him.
Get off of me!
How the fuck did they call him? Look, they got candles. Those aren't light bulbs. There's no electricity. There's no telephone. Yeah, she called this fucking ass in the fucking future. How the fuck is that gonna happen?
Come here, girl. I would speak with you. You cannot
Like it,
talk of our secret.
they're being very lenient with
Eternal
the
damnation
laws of ghost physics. Like, sure, ghosts are supposed to be able to manipulate electronics and technology and energy, but colonial ghosts? No, I don't think so.
The other things. Then I will come to you in the black of some terrible night and bring a reckoning that will shudder you.
Now, Reverend, let us begin.
Like,
The time is
I
not
bet
beginning.
you, I hate
I'll
to
be with you, kin.
ruin the mood with such a drastic subject. Never mind.
I beseech this court and good
I don't
Judge
like
White.
that scene he has
Do not
with
be
the little
fooled
girl
by the
over and over again.
protestations
Don't
of the
like it.
accused.
Don't like
The
it.
devil is the
I
master
think
of
the game
deceit.
could go without it.
All his servants
Whoa,
claim
whoa, where the fuck
They
is
can
his
do no
face?
else.
I solemnly swear before God,
Where the fuck
I
is
am
that
innocent of
guy's
all
face?
accusations against me.
Hush now, Amy. What the hell should
Yeah, man. Go? Run
Let's get
away?
the fuck out of here.
Not a pair between the two of you.
What was it? Good? No, bad. Angela's upset about it.
This
You're
poor
always gonna
woman to
piss
face them
somebody
all
off, like
alone.
they say.
I beg you not to abandon me.
By all that is holy, with whom are you conversing, woman? Even though I have seen this with my own eyes, I scarcely
Like,
believe it.
I saw this somewhere else
Even now
before.
she
It's like,
pleads for evil spirits
if
to
you
remain
travel
by her
back in
side.
time
You
and
must help me.
the ghosts
Thank you.
saw you and were talking to you, and then because they saw and were talking to you, people got scared of them and wanted to kill them and thought they were witches, but you time traveled and caused
The
it.
others can too.
Like, that really made
I would
me
ask the
think.
court to hear direct testimony. A witness who saw with her own eyes the accused take part in some unspeakable satanic ritual. In the woods outside of this very town.
Reverend Carver, you mislead us all. Forgive me, good judge, but it is my wife who stands accused, and I know her to be innocent.
I would not be so quick as to cast stones at others, Joseph. Not when your own conduct does not bear scrutiny.
Man, I wonder if I've ever talked about this
Please
before
hear me,
on
good
some of my
judge.
old YouTube
All
channels.
accusations against me are false. They're founded only in malice.
If there be
That's
darkness here
wild.
among us, I will shine.
So I read about the old Salem witch trials
Mary, my sister, what
back
ails you?
in 2001,
What have you done to this
2000.
child? You have bound an innocent girl into a pact with the devil himself. The poor creature seems possessed.
And there was
No
like
doubt you're doing
old TV
It's not
shows
true,
on
Reverend. Why do you
Nickelodeon. You
turn
know them
against me
old
so?
scary shows for kids,
will
like
see the truth of
Are
it.
You Afraid of the Dark,
David, lay your hands
Goosebumps
on
and
Mary.
shit like
Let us
that.
see what occurs. If I am correct, your touch will release her from this affliction.
What ails you?
It must be so, if you are the one who bewitched her.
Leave her alone!
Who speaks?
Who's there? God preserve us.
The master cannot help you now. It is too late.
Wow. Because far from an original concept, I'm sure, like, as abstract as you think the Salem witch trials and witch hunting is, it's not nearly as interesting to me. Like, I've watched a lot of things, read a lot of things about witches and time traveling
What more
witches
proof is
even.
needed
So
that the devil walks among us in little hope? Take heed and pray. The devil is here in this very room. Protect yourselves. Seek out the Lord.
What the hell was that shit? Was that for real? Didn't the witch trials happen centuries ago?
Most of them over 300
4
years
centuries.
ago.
Then how come we just
400 years ago.
Like I say, I have no good explanation. That little girl who had some kind of seizure. What do you think was going on there?
I know that little girl.
I don't know.
She's the one me and Angela saw back in the woods.
Like, it seems pretty obvious that it's
That
real witchcraft to
woman,
me.
Double? What's she looking at if the
That's
child goes
why
against
we
her?
are traveling
The
back in
sentence for
time when
confirmed
they
witches in
touch
Little
us.
Hope was always brutal. Violent death,
Like, if we
drowning,
crashed a bus and we
hanging,
woke
burning.
up and we were back in
She
time,
is,
fine.
or
If we
was,
walked through the fog
or
and
isn't.
we ended up back in time, fine. But
Accusations
when
are
they
often
touch us
malicious,
and take
made by
us back in
someone
time,
who's
there's
gruff,
fucking witches. It's always a
or by
woman.
meddling
She's always
liars,
in some
like that little
scary,
girl, who
magical
took perverse pleasure
situation.
in poisoning
It's
their
not hard to
communities.
understand. Resolute.
I'm with you. That kid knew exactly what she was doing when she dropped Angela 2.0 deep in the shit.
That woman, my double, was very distressed, almost traumatized.
Yeah, it was tough to watch for sure.
I found it quite easy to watch.
Maybe you're freaked out because that woman looked so much like Angela.
So easy to watch,
Of
I
course,
couldn't
you
even
can't
pay
see someone you
attention.
recognize or think you recognize in a bad situation like that and not be affected.
Thank you, John. I didn't know you cared.
Whatever.
Who's that?
Hey, Professor! You in there?
Come on, let's go. Hey, Taylor! We're in here.
We can't open the damn doors.
We can't either. They must be locked.
Taylor, the goddess of gossip, the queen
Let's
of
all try to
queries,
force the handle. In 3, 2,
the
1.
bitchiest of bitches, the badass broad.
Taylor.
Hey, Professor.
The
Find
naggy
anything that can get us
Nancy.
out of here?
Nah, big fat nothing back there.
Just a pile of junk.
Still
That
think
sexy
splitting up was a
seductress.
smart move?
I would say I'm now more open to exploring other options.
I'm
Oh,
glad
I
you
like
two
her
are finding this
motions.
funny. Personally, I
Cute.
think we're in deep shit here.
You know what happened to your double, right? She was accused of witchcraft.
Not just accused, tried, found guilty, and condemned.
Tried,
We
found
need to
guilty,
know
and
what they're doing
hanged,
in this space.
dummy.
What's gonna happen to them
Killed,
next?
murdered.
I like the idea, but how would we even begin to find that out?
We've already been down those paths. Maybe the answer lies
Like,
down
I
the
got
one path we
deja
haven't
vu.
taken yet.
A lot of shit I've been talking about past
What the
5
hell?
minutes or so. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a
This is
game
fucking crazy. We have no
just
clue what
like
we're getting
this about
ourselves
the
into.
same subject, witch trials and time travel, that came out on Steam, and it was an indie game that nobody liked. And 10 years
already
ago, I
been out
would
a
not
while,
be
but
surprised at all, because
I'm sure we'll pull
we've
through.
had cinematic
The
movies
exterior
for fucking
is all
20
play.
years
There's a
now.
warrior in there.
I mean, Salem witch trials is a real thing that I'm sure lots of people have wrote about, lots of people have made movies about, lots of people have made games about. And just like that's the biggest hurdle. That's the biggest problem I can't overcome. Is that interactive movie type games. This seems like such a new thing, a new concept, but it's really not. Full motion video games have been out since the 90s.
This fog is getting worse.
There's even a movie called The Fog where it has magical properties. A movie called Mist. And I'm sure there's other movies that don't have it in the title, but they have a
Why would our
fog
bus
like
be
this.
diverted this way?
Makes no sense.
Lots and
No
lots.
surprise there.
Books, movies, lots of things about the fog with magical properties. Throwing a real life witch story, that's not hard to believe that somebody else has done it. I've seen a scary movie about the fog in this bridge, where there was ghosts and shit on the bridge, and you walk on the bridge and you teleport. So you've probably seen several things
Can't
like
see for
that.
shit.
That's why, like, maybe that's why I don't like it. It's not entertaining me so much, because I've seen so many of these concepts and ideas before. And there's not very much action. It's not very exciting, regardless of what I've seen before either.
Okay. Who's first up?
Professor? You keep telling us you're
I remember
into this.
seeing movies like this when I was that age. You know, I was 18, 16, and seeing a big group of kids, and it's all slow, and
Okay.
it's all jump scares, and it's not really
Is it safe to cross?
for mature audiences. It's a teenage scary movie. I remember seeing shit like this all the
Professor and me will
time.
make sure you get across, no problem.
And it was like Scream took
Right,
it.
we'll get you over for sure.
Scream metamorphosized it into hard shit or funny shit, because people were like, "Oh no, not another Scream movie. If you're gonna be like Scream, you need to be funny, or you need to be more mature, be more gross, be more gory, be more evil."
Hey! My God! What do we do?
We can't stay here.
I remember seeing the streamer play this part. Remember that premonition I was telling you that I remembered seeing a streamer about? This is when it happened. Like they totally overused the jump mechanic, the jump scare,
we are here present
and
to
they.
bear witness to a just execution.
I don't.
No!
I doubt they're using it
Amy is
proper
declared guilty of
to
consorting
use
with
it
the
over
devil,
so much
and is to
anyway.
be drowned as a witch and sorceress. Let us pray in silence for her soul.
I have done no wrong. I am no witch. I do not deserve death.
No, but you're a die. Yeah, I was gonna say no, but you're a bitch. Die, but I don't know if she's a bitch.
I don't know how to help you. Tell me what I can do.
Angela might be a bitch.
You must.
That's such a weird accent. I don't even know what it is. Rather chain up and you can push it off. Oh no.
You would release her from the chains. Isaac,
Oh, look
let's
at that
conclude our
hat.
business here swiftly.
Seen
The will
a
of the
couple
court must
scary
be imposed
movies with
before
guys
it's too
wearing
late.
that hat.
The devil fortifies her. You
And
must
old
bind her
English
tightly.
preacher type characters. Seen plenty of those. Seen plenty of angry mobs in villages and colonies and seen plenty of all this shit.
Isaac,
I am innocent.
fulfill the will of the court.
And they're not adding anything new to it.
Master, lest he come for us all.
Little Hope is already lost, shrouded in evil. But not as you claim from witchcraft or outside
Like
demons. We have
it
neither
definitely
from within.
seems like someone's doing their job instead of doing something they love.
The devil takes many forms. You know that better than any. In Little Hope,
Like
he
he's
hid himself
taking
under a shroud of innocence.
the formula they're taught in school, adding like the witch trials, and then boom.
Little Hope remains beyond salvation. Their lives are evil,
And you know, they taught us how to write stories and shit like that in elementary school. Beginning, middle, climax, main characters, supporting characters. Supporting details, flesh out the world, base some of it in reality. So it's more believable and immersive. Yeah, they taught me all that shit in elementary school, for fuck's sake. And that's all they're doing. Like if you would have got rid of the witch trials and made it all pure creativity, all of somebody's vision, all somebody's passion, that would have made it a little bit better, because you can't write 100% completely original formula without having some of those things they taught you.
I don't know how to tell you what I just saw.
It's like when somebody copies Zelda and slaps Greek mythology on it. Like, what the fuck? What do you? I'm not gonna play that bullshit. I'll go play Breath of the Wild. I don't need to play a Greek mythology Breath of the Wild. You know what I mean? I'm not sure everybody's gave that a turbo. Lots of games are like that. You know, you just follow a personality-less formula, sprinkle a little bit of reality, or mythology, like Assassin's Creed.
Okay, you two, get on down here.
What is that game I was just talking about? It was a cartoonish game like Breath of the Wild, involved Greek mythology. I should have it. Immortals, Phoenix Rising. Take Breath of the Wild, change one or two things, and slap Greek mythology in it. You know what I mean?
What the hell is
I don't want to play that shit.
What is that thing?
Get away from it!
Run! Get the hell out of there!
This is the premonition about Angelina. What I never understood about the premonitions in any other fucking game is knowing that it's gonna happen doesn't help you to stop it from happening. You know, so rescue Angela. Rescue Angela.
Hold on!
See, all of the dialogue choices and character traits don't mean shit. The important thing is that he's saved. You get a choice of who you save. I forgot about that. Optimistic.
Okay, I trust you.
Ah! Come almost missed that one. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Got it. Thought it was a one button press. Okay, so now I understand it. The premonition told us to save Angela instead of the guy. Who you should save. Got it. You would have to add so many choices of who you're going to save if you wanted to take away all the traits and relationships.
Really quite close for Angela. She was almost lost.
They're still
to a
frivolous,
fate
worthless.
worse than death. Not that there's anything
All,
particularly
only
wrong
thing
with
important is who you save.
Well done. Not a soul lost so
Just
far.
make it more of a game, I suppose.
Things could have been quite different. As the stakes seem to have been elevated, that gun might prove to be a lifesaver. Don't you think?
I think this one's longer than the last one we played. What was the Man of Medan? Because I feel like
Interesting theories.
that we might be only like 2 hours in, but maybe it's the same length.
My dream was lengthened after life. Oh, then began the tempest to my soul. I passed methought the melancholy flood.
Do not fall for that poetry. Do not do it.
Poets write of unto the kingdom of perpetual night.
He makes it sound like he had an experience better than life after death.
Can shed some light. This must
Trying
be
to trick you
very
into suicide.
confusing for you right now. Doppelgangers, witches, ghosts, death, and demons.
Doppelgangers.
Tie all of these souls
You know what?
together. I dare say we'll find out.
There's witches and hallucinations, bro.
I have
That's
been
it.
granted permission to give you a single hint. Tempted?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Okay then.
Like all,
Once again,
there was
the bard
the witches that caused the hallucinations. Then everything else was a hallucination.
I met him once.
It made it sound like it's the most action-packed, high-concept shit ever made, but no.
Act 5, Scene 1.
Ghosts and hallucinations or witches and hallucinations. There's no fucking werewolves.
For causing the death of Hermione.
And the hallucinations
Do as the heavens have done. Forget your
and the
evil.
ghosts are one and the
With
same.
them, forgive yourself.
It is not that entertaining.
Go on then. As terrifying as it might be, you should get back to it.
That was the lamest ass thing I ever heard of. Golly. You owe me, bitch.
Wait!
That was our first and only choice to save someone's
What in
life,
the name of holy
wasn't
fuck
it?
was that? I've never seen
Nobody's
anything
dead.
like it. It was like something from a nightmare. Did you see the
That was
remote?
that bitch that got chained up and drowned.
Dead, soulless eyes?
Whatever it was, it's gone now.
I was nearly gone. If that thing had caught
That was her doppelganger in the hallucination.
We all have.
The witch in the
At least we got the fuck away
hallucination. So consider it irritable. I don't know. So they've got these dead witches chasing
Thank
them.
God we're all okay.
And those are the ones causing them. Like
Right
I said
now, we're
just a
safe.
fucking second ago, I wasn't wrong.
Whatever the fuck it was is still out there.
Don't need to second
be
guess
hunting us as
myself.
we
I was right. The witches are the ghosts causing hallucinations. That's it.
It was in chains. Just like the woman who went
And
in the water.
it was her doppelganger. Yes, yes, we know.
Believe that's coincidence. Either of you see what happened to Taylor and Daniel?
They can't be far behind us.
So if it's ghosts, then there's no witches. If it's witches, then there's no ghosts. But both of them are causing the hallucinations.
Let's just get out of here.
Any werewolves or anything else he was talking about are just in the hallucinations as well. Leading the witness. I object.
Can we keep moving? I don't feel
Suggestive
safe here.
something. Leading witness and sub, sub, subjective. What the fuck? I don't remember what I just said. Leading the witness and suggestive, something. There's the guy who hung the witches, I believe, or the husband. It's not like it's gonna make any difference. It's not like it's important to the story.
That thing is still coming for me.
It doesn't sound close.
Oh,
It'll be
this is a
fine if
big
we
ass
keep moving.
area.
I really hope you're right.
Those fence. Bench. Is this a premonition? Moon, sun. I mean, yeah, the sun. Now we gotta find a man ghost. An old sunshine found near a bench in the graveyard. The book Modern Magic and Ritual identifies this as sun symbol as being a symbol of masculine magic. Previously, we only found feminine. A book title describes the sun as man magic. Moon charm, sun charm found in the graveyard matches the image of the book. Anthony Clark survived the fire and was later cleared of any wrongdoing. She's derisive. She don't drive shit properly. She needs your help with it. She ain't getting it from me. Deeper understanding. Angela was intrigued by the look-alike. Angela put her trust in Andrew to help her off the shore, and it saved her life. Angela was glad that everyone made it off the shore safely. Oh, that was the bridge, wasn't it? Or was that the shore? It's got to be the shore. Angela narrowly escaped from the demon on the shore, but that's where we saved her life. The little girl. Mary claimed, well, we don't need to read it all, I reckon. Mary appeared to have a seizure during Amy's trial. I think that was the newest. It's the only thing we haven't read before. John made no comment. John confronted the girl. He did not confront the girl at the bridge. No, he did confront the girl about the bridge. This one's, no, where was the one that says, John watched the girl hiding in the shadows run away on the bridge. First of all, she was standing right under a light in the middle of the bridge. When John walked up to her, she stood there. She did not run. Fucking terrible. I remember that last episode. Andrew thought the girl he and Angela meant him no harm. Andrew agreed with John that Mary held some blame for the trial they witnessed. Married a little girl. Oh, yeah, I remember that convo. No secrets, no bearings. Derisive. I've heard that word. I don't remember how to pronounce it. That's one I heard. I think I heard that in a law movie or a lawyer movie or derisive. Why is the client being derisive? Had negative meaning implied. Avoiding to answer the questions. I believe there's something to do in that context. But with about your personality, like I don't want to answer that because I'm this or something, like being derisive. I'm not really familiar with it. I mean, maybe my brain just always works in this constant state of deja vu. I'm just tripping. Things aren't really deja vu. Onward! Angela was right. My bad. She knows her dead witch ghosts. Zombies.
Let's Stay away from that bridge.
Yeah, he called
I'm all
those
for putting as much
he called
distance
those
between
dead
us and
things
that hideous guy as we
zombies,
can.
witches, and
Pretty
ghosts.
sure Daniel
If
and
they're
Taylor were
zombies, they're
thinking
not ghosts. If they're witches, they're not zombies. They are only one thing, my dude.
Out of sight, quick!
Oh fuck!
You okay?
That's nobody. I know who that is. It's the guy from the bar. The fuck he was doing, I don't know, but that's who he is.
Can't I gotta get some peace around here?
You gotta break
Best
me
to
off
keep
a
out of
piece
his way,
of
I
that
reckon.
Kit Kat ball.
We should talk about what the woman said before they drowned her.
She
The
said
little
Angela
girl
was a
has to be
bitch.
stopped.
She was
I
talking
don't
about
know.
stopping the witch trials.
Mary,
I'm
Mary,
not sure.
Mary,
Come on,
Mary.
let's go.
Let us go. Oh my gosh.
I'll go in and take a
This
look around.
episode has been better than the last one. Like, it really, after all my complaining, it really got interesting. And that looks damn good, that little grate there. And it says a little hope on it and everything. It looks pretty cool. And the ghost is chaining, climbing out of it. That was pretty nice. I like that. Reminds me of like It or
How you doing?
I'm wondering
100 other scary, 110 other scary
thing could be
movies.
coming after us.
Don't think it's coming after us.
What makes you so sure?
It. Stick close to me,
You and me gotta
baby.
stay real close now.
So now you're all soft eyes and smiles, huh? When you say close, how close exactly?
Man, I mean, I got glue in my
This
pants, and I'm gonna use it on you, girl. Intimate, baby.
A little closer. A little bit more.
Mary! Bitches, Mary. Yeah. Find a way to stick together. Oh, I got a way to stick together. Trust me.
Didn't hear anything.
Line ass. Oh, which trail? Little Hope Historical Trail. Which trail? You are here. What is that big, that red dot on there? That looks like spray paint or something, don't it? Right in the center of the green part on the top, the big red circle. What the fuck is that? So
I don't
obnoxious.
think I want to go another way.
Don't think there is another way.
I need something to smooth and soften me up. You decide here.
Quite the tourist trail.
Not a place
Bird's
I
eye
want to
view of
revisit.
historical Little Hope. Where I live, they got a place called Historical Depot Town. Because there was a depot here, and everybody moved here and populated around the train depot. And it still, like, resembles colonial cities. Like, I mean, it's brick and it's got drywall and shit, and they've been renovated. But like the frames of the building and the design of the building are still, you know, like the
Hey,
two-story.
over here. You gotta check this out.
What are those called? Duplexes? We have like two buildings attached on the bottom, and you go up. Each one has its own second story, but
we
there's
left
still
that thing
two
way
different
behind.
buildings,
We
like
must have.
townhouses or something. And towns full of little tiny ass shops with shit in there like that.
Oh, shit.
You're going first, right?
You weigh half what I do. Better if you lead.
I'm not crossing this crapped out bridge. No
How you
way.
gonna send the girl
Find the others we
first?
gotta cross.
Big bad Jack Bonafide Buster.
I'm heading
Send
across.
the
You
girl
can
to
follow me.
die.
If the bridge is
Damn.
still standing.
She's like, reminds me of someone. I don't know if it reminds me of an actress or someone I met in real life, but cute. Emotions are even the same.
What the hell is that?
That was a different zombie ghost witch hallucination. And there was only one thing. Ha 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 ha. Like marketing words. I don't know, what do they call that when you to get people to buy things? You call it 5 different things, but it's one thing. I don't know what that's called. Yeah, I was thinking about buying the. I got Until Dawn for free. I got Man of Medan for free. Got A Little Hope for free, and there's just one more in the anthology. But I don't think I want to buy it. Like, this shit is not worth it.
You see this?
It's $30 fucking. I'm not paying $30 for this shit. I maybe pay like probably 10, 11, or 12 at the most. Like, if it was 15 normally, I wouldn't buy it. Then if it went sale for $12.99, then I might buy it. But you know, I'm not buying this shit. The last one, what's the last one called? The last one was, God, I don't know. House of Ashes, and it's about the spelunking group of teenagers, or the spelunking military, or both. I think that's.
That little kid is the evil here?
There's a group of military people that bump into a bunch of teenage spelunkers in some caves that are on Native American burial grounds, which is so unoriginal.
Why do you look just like John?
I have no answers for you.
I got the trial for it. I might play the trial. That's it.
I found it.
Not even full-length
How did you
thing.
come by this? Fashioned with my own hand.
Know what I mean?
Take it to protect you. Suspicion and betrayal walk side by side in Little Oak. No one is safe.
They were quite eloquent as far as this game depicts. Not only eloquent, they're educated. I was probably eloquent and speak educated. Anyway, can't be eloquent without being educated. I mean, I guess speaking parables. You know, they're supposed to barely be able to read, and yet they're speaking in parables with life lessons and shit in full cadence and verse. And not prepared either at a moment's notice.
Okay, so it looks like we really are trapped here.
Still no sign of him?
Nope. Not yet.
I just hope they're both okay. I figured we'd have found the bus driver by now. Wonder where he's at.
What the fuck, the bus driver?
I think she
Just
wants
like
us
that,
to go after
she
her.
went away. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
The 2 girls.
Let's do it.
One is from the past. This one is from here and now.
Maybe
Let's go do the wild thing. Yeah, the wild thing.
Don't you want to wait for Daniel and Taylor?
If they were coming this way, they'd be here by now.
But you know what, Tone Loc? I get paid to do the wild thing. I got a booger problem, mucus problem. Pardon me.
Wait for us.
Shoo!
This looks like Resident Evil 8.